everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the GNA podcast. I am the DL Demon Lord, aka the DLDL. And nope. Damn, I was gonna say something cool about that. Shit, I totally forgot why I said the DL Demon Lord. It was a really funny joke too.
Man, the alcohol's hitting. And I am your favorite horse-themed hero, Sobroni.
And welcome back to the GNA podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. And you know what? I forgot that joke because I literally was so enraptured in like my lip balm. I was so enraptured in it. I think I was literally like playing with it as I was making the joke. And that's crazy. But yes, as Oni being the wet blanket he is, had to point out before I could say it myself, I am indeed enjoying a cocktail or three.
I'm jealous because I was gonna make something today. I wanted to have those red Coronas, but I work tomorrow.
So why not? It's in the right Corona. It's like
It's a Corona with grenadine and vodka.
you can have like one or two.
Wow, the devil on my shoulders over here.
Considering this is the same guy who takes like who would like have like 20 drinks before he's like, I think I'm feeling something.
Yeah, well, yeah. This will be that one time I get drunk early and I get a hangover tomorrow.
I'm definitely someone embellishing. I'm like, you get drunk a lot faster than that. But...
I'm old.
Excuse me. Yeah, so you're old, we're old. And yeah. So it's gonna be a fun episode, guys. Can't wait. Let's start with our first segment, our new segment this week in anime. Oh my god. So my news, Kenichi, the Midas Disciple anime returns to Funimation. So they I didn't know it was gone, but I guess
they had a remake or something.
No, so this is what I'm hoping that's going to happen. That they're either A, they're going to get a remake, or B, they're going to continue with the actual plot. This is one of the very few manga that I've read to completion. And I don't know why I felt the need to read it. I guess I was just so invested in the anime when I was younger. Because it's
a really good anime. It's a really fun show.
It is very fun. It's actually it's a very much a pleasure to watch. And yeah, I just really like it, and I'm glad at least other people can now watch it.
Yes, heavily recommended if you guys want like a fun martial arts type of anime.
So that's why I have one piece of news. As I have one more bit of news, and this is just a quick thing. It's not even a news. It's just telling y'all, like, yes, leave me alone about Dick Fight Island. Thank you so much.
I meant to look that up.
Yes, and I'm bringing it up because Dick Fight Island is currently the #1 bestseller romance manga on Amazon.
Really?
Yup.
The memes.
Oh, absolutely. The moment I read this, I was like, oh shit, that means someone else read this and they're gonna definitely let me know about it. And you know, people definitely let me know. But you know what, I that's just y'all looking out for me, which I appreciate it. But yes, I know Dick Fight Island. I have not read Dick Fight Island. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, I probably won't be reading Dick Fight Island. But I definitely enjoy saying the words Dick Fight Island.
You should read it. It might be good.
It's not
I mean, it won't be good, but it's entertaining.
It's not even that I don't want to. It's just like, it's like I could either. It's like you're telling me to stop reading Tower of God. Read that. Like, no. Although I am almost done with Tower of God, but like if I for some reason finish Tower of God this week,
you want to follow up with some quality Dick Fight.
Yes, I guess Dick Fight Island might be next on the list. Who knows? I can't promise you guys anything. All I can tell you is that is the #1 Oh my wow. So it's number one. Um, it's number one yaoi manga, and it's number two for action adventure manga on Thursday.
That's just I don't care. That's a meme. It's not gonna stay there. It's not gonna be relevant next week, so I'm fine with that.
It won't, but that's funny. Could you imagine if this is kind of just goes
I
like the
can't wait
whole
for it to beat out Demon Slayer, the Dick Fight
That's
Island.
exactly what I was gonna bring up. I was gonna say, imagine if it just gets like unstupidly big like Demon Slayer for no reason.
Oh my god, I'd kill myself.
then
Then I
like,
truly lose hope
a
in
month from now,
humanity.
I'm like, oh my god, guys! Again in news, Dick Fight Island is quickly beating records for being one of the best selling manga of all time.
Yeah, no. Pass.
That won't happen. But
That'd be the only thing that would get me more upset than Demon Slayer.
Wow, it's the homophobia for me.
Because Lisa's doing the opening for Dick Fight Island.
Yes, the critically acclaimed Dick Fight Island has its own anime produced by Mappa. The opening is done by Lisa. Oh, if only.
Well, we live in a weird world. It's not too far off.
Oh, okay, Oni. What do you got for us?
Just in case you guys didn't hear about it, the release date and the trailer for the for the Solomon movie, was released over the weekend. The Fate Grand Order Final Singularity Grand Temple of Time Solomon anime film is going to be releasing in theaters on July 30th in Japan, which is sooner than I was expecting. The trailer
what was
looks
the date
really good.
again?
July 30th.
Mm.
The trailer, it's by Cloverworks, so the same people who did the really, really underappreciated Babylon anime, which was super good.
It is underappreciated.
Super underappreciated. And the trailer looks great.
No, sorry, I got me upset. Continue.
The trailer looks great. There are some people complaining about the CG because there's CG demon pillars, but the demon pillars have to be CG, and the CG looks really, really good, so I don't mind it. It looks like it's gonna be a really fun movie. It looks like it has all the action down pat. They had a bunch of the poster looks really good. You can see like Drake and Nightingale and Nero, Mordred. So I'm expecting this to be a really, really good movie, and I'm hyped for it.
Yes, we're expecting them to make up for Camelot.
Yeah.
All right. So that was it for the news. Now let's get into our weekly reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off with Fruits Basket, the final.
It's a fun.
Episode 6. Episode 6.
Hot take, I didn't like this episode.
And I understand why. Because on one hand, I was like, episode of the week. But then on the other hand, I was like, there's a few reasons why I can't make episode of the week.
Go with yours first. Tell me.
Let's start with Rin's haircut.
Oh yeah, no, not a fan.
I saw that and I almost died. So it's one thing. Now I I think one thing that me and Oni have in common is that we both like girls with long hair.
Yes.
I don't even care if she cut her hair short because she's so beautiful. I think she'd get away with it.
Mm.
But that haircut was terrible. It was just a bad haircut. It just looked bad. Like there are better ways you can cut her hair short and not like how is fucking Akito's short hair better than hers?
She didn't have a good hairstylist.
She doesn't have an excuse. There's another woman who has a better short haircut.
Here's the thing, like I don't mind women with short hair and they can look really beautiful, but I hate the trope where anime has like really hot women with really nice long hair, and
then something happens and they're like, "I'm cutting my hair to represent." Yeah. First of all, you only do that after a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So why has time this happens? It's never a breakup. It's always something. Either you have something good or something like I'm showing girls by cutting my hair. No, Sakura. No, Ren.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a that trope pulled off where the girl looks better with her hair shorter than she did with her hair longer. I don't know why. Wait, what's they did this in Monogatari. Monogatari short. I forgot what the character was. I'm just Googling real quick because it offended me so much in that scene. Was it Sengohara? It was one of those characters that cut their hair short and it was abominable and I hated it every second of it.
Not abominable.
Abominable. I think it was Sengohara. Anyway, it's obnoxious. I hate that shit. Don't do that, anime. Stop it. If you want short hair girls, then make them short hair. Don't ruin beautiful long hair girls.
Yeah, like if they look fine with long hair, don't make them like literally the only time I will want that or not want, I'll accept that happening is if, like I said, it's usually after something like traumatic or something bad happens and just like, oh my god, I just need to change, cut my hair. So, and then if you do cut the hair, don't do whatever the fuck you did to Rin. Ugh, God. I'm just hoping by the end of the series her hair will go back. Probably
They
won't
can
happen.
probably no. They never reverse it. It's always permanent.
Yeah. All right. So let me go talk about the one thing that I really liked before I go into the many things that bothered me. I liked that this was a Toro episode because she's the main character.
Yeah, it feels like we haven't had many Toru episodes.
Exactly, and this one was like a really important one because it talked about her father a lot, and you know, it kind of really gave a really in-depth insight of like who is Toru and why is she Toru. And the answer to most of the kids why they are trauma. And it showed I appreciated the fact that it kind of removed the rose stained glass lens and showed the reality of what happened after her father dying. Her mom just fell apart, completely fell apart, and then she was just like, let me be more like him so that my mother can stay with me, so she won't leave me, like my dad did. And that turned into a resentment towards her father, because she's like, I don't want you to take my, I know you're gone, but don't take mom with you. That's a that's some shit. That's something I would have never thought.
So my issue with this episode, and like you said, this was a good character building episode for Toru and Kyo, but for me, it's just I feel like I can withstand Fruits Basket's drama most of the time because Toru is like my rock that's like, oh man, this is all really shitty and depressing, but at least Toru's optimistic and hopeful, and maybe there'll be a funny moment here and there or something like that to even out the mood. So when Toru is depressed and everyone else is fucking depressed, it's just I'm watching and I'm just like, oh my god, someone kill me now. Why is everyone so sad and depressed?
So as you guys know, Oni is way more sensitive to this type of stuff.
It's not even that. It's just I just find it very. I'm unentertaining. I feel like you can convey the strong message and all that without being so extremely somber all the time.
I think. Now I'm going to disagree that there could have been some opportunities for more joking moments. I mean,
it doesn't even have to be joking moments. Just any kind of levity,
totally. There was a there's very, very, very little this episode. I think the little that we got was from Kagura.
Yeah.
I think,
and that was all the way at the end. That was all the way at the end.
No, it wasn't at the end. It was Kagura. She was in the middle, when she popped
when she punched Toru in the face.
That was I saw that no less than 5 times. It was, first of all, it was a slap.
Oh, sorry. It was so aggressive. I just thought it was a punch.
It would just happen so quickly. It was shuffle, smack. And she's just on the floor. I'm like, wait, what? Oh my god, that that was actually funny. I know that wasn't meant to be funny,
Yeah,
but
I
that was
couldn't
funny
find
to
it
me.
funny in the moment.
That was hilarious. I saw it at least like 3 to 5 times.
Also, I feel really bad for Kagura. She's like the only one who didn't end up with anybody in the show right now.
Well, that got
I was
that.
gonna say maybe her and Momiji. I don't fucking the one who didn't get Kyo and the one
Oh
who
yeah,
didn't get Toru.
Momiji isn't with anyone. See
Yeah, he was trying
there.
to get with Toru and he got rejected and
Okay.
Kagura got rejected by Kyo, so they can like
Or they
be
could just
each other's
not. Or
bounce
they could just
backs.
not. Or they could just not. Or they could just not choose to date within the family.
Everyone else is. I'm just saying.
Not wrong. But yeah, I understand why Oni is like, I need more funny. Um, now it's not that I needed more funny, but I needed less moment. I feel like there were definitely moments where there was a lot of dramatics that didn't need to be. Specifically, and this actually made me upset, the whole scene with Shigure. That was so unnecessary.
Oh yeah, he was just being the
A
most.
dick. He was just being just being a dick for no reason. Like that's my like if it doesn't make any sense, then that's when I have a problem. Cause I'm like, I know you kind of used to be that person who kind of stirred the pot. That was cute in season 1. We're in season 3 right now. Like this, like that stirring the pot mess, where it's like you're not even trying that hard, and you're doing it to
Yeah,
you're
let's say
doing it
don't do it to Toru. Come
to
on,
Toru of all
man.
people. Yeah, she doesn't
Come
deserve it.
on.
Not Toru, not my girl Toru. Leave Toru alone.
I will say the one moment that really felt great to me was the Toru Kyo hugging scene in
Yes,
the that was really great.
That was really great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that made me. Ooh, they're hugging through the sheet, and then it's like, you hug so tight that he transforms anyways.
I always forget that happens. It always catches me off guard. I'm like, what
Yo,
happened?
so can I tell you when he was like patting her on the head? I'm like, why aren't you just hugging her? And I was like, oh right.
They do a real
Makes
good
me a
job of
split
not
second.
making that the central focus of the plot like they did in season 1.
Exactly, which I appreciate because it's like, yeah, we have more important things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget about it completely.
And apparently there's some trauma that Kyo has now with his past and Toru's mom, so that's gonna be very depressing next week, I'm sure.
Can't wait to get destroyed.
All aboard the depression train.
But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Fruits Basket.
Same here.
All right, let's move on to My Hero Academia, season 5, episode 8. I think this is my episode of the
It
week.
might be mine too. I'm gonna split it with something, but yeah.
I feel like I know what you're gonna split it with,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, shit. Shit. No, I'm just gonna give it to My Hero.
All right, fair enough. It was a great episode.
I think I liked it not just because of the animation, not just because the superpowers were cool.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it because it did something that it does something that My Hero is really good at doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like it's really good at just animating like true like free for alls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they
Like,
stepped it up a big bunch this episode.
This episode just really was just like a giant like slobber knock. Like it literally was just like then this happens, then this person comes, then
Yeah,
this
it was
happens,
super
then
chaotic,
this
but it was
happened,
well
yes.
managed chaos. It was just like,
Yes,
oh shit,
exactly.
this is happening. And it did a great job of like showcasing all of them using their. What I love about the show is like they use their abilities really smart. It's not like some fighting anime where it's like I shoot fire, so I'm just gonna keep shooting fire at everything.
Exactly.
Like Todoroki, like you would think he would do that, but like the dude who like makes stuff soft, he made it soft so that Tetsu could push the thing over, and then he hardened it again. Like it's really cool that they use their abilities in team fights like that.
absolutely. Like, and it was just like, a lot of them getting taken out. The way the double knockout happened, like it felt the way that the draw felt, it felt organic. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel like it was like yeah, this is happening for the plot.
Yeah. Also, Pony. Pony is my new favorite character. Sorry.
Was it a horn girl?
Yeah.
God, I cannot stand her talking.
Oh! That's the point I was gonna bring up. I love her speech. She's the
It's so stupid. It's so
Remember
stupid.
when we had that little debate about Saliamaki's English, and I said, "Man, her English is too good for me to find it cute." This is what I meant. I want that English. I like Pony's English.
Now you like broken
I
English.
like destroyed English. It's not even
I
broken.
feel
It's just
like
destroyed.
I feel like somewhere deep down you liking that so much is problematic. I just don't
Probably.
know where. I just don't know where.
It's
Like
adorable.
people who speak Japanese get them.
It's so
I
cute.
I won't speak on y'all's behalf.
Hey, her Japanese is very cute as well. It's all like slurred and cutesy. So whatever. Pony's great.
It's literally half Japanese, half quote half English.
Yes.
TM.
Perfect accent. I love it. My dream girl.
I actually really didn't have too many notes to take on this because it was just like it's just us, everyone's just fighting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem. That's what I liked about it. It's not. So it's one of the things I really hated about Naruto
Mm-hmm.
is that it was very lame in the way that they set up fights, very structured, very. I'm breaking away so us two can fight. I'm breaking away so us two can fight. I'm breaking away so us two can fight. And then every now and then, if we're blessed, we got a three-way fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, in this case, it was just like it seemed like they were doing that, and then it became very chaotic. As you said, it became very chaotic very quickly.
Yeah. And I also like how the fights actually coincide with like their own weaknesses and their like character traits. Like for example,
Yeah,
Todoroki realizes he lost his fight because he's so adverse to using his fire powers. He's like, "Oh, fuck, I gotta get over this personal trauma to make me a better fighter."
yeah.
And what's his name? Ida realized, well, being faster, but also he prioritizes rescuing people over actually fighting.
Hmm.
So that could have been a drawback in this
Yeah,
particular instance. So yeah, I like that these weaknesses are like actually organically woven into how they fight and the plot.
yeah. Agreed. Um, excuse me. But yeah, the tail dude was tail dude was awesome. As you said, Todoroki. Once again, they were just like, yes, you have broken powers, but we're just gonna pitch you up against Colossus. So have fun
Literally
with that.
Colossus, yeah.
Um, let's see, let's see. What else I have to say? I don't know. I feel like there's not much to say besides great animation, chaotic fighting. It's very My Hero. Like this is a very episode that reminded me of what My Hero Academia really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like like when like Deku has like those awesome Deku fights.
Yeah, and I think it's all uphill from here because
Mm-hmm.
we got Bakugo coming up next, so they're gonna
Yeah,
give a lot of attention to his animation and fighting, and then of course Deku. So he's also gonna it's going up. It started slow. I'll admit this season started slow for
yeah,
me, but it's really picking up.
yeah. I also like that. Like half the time people were getting fucked up. It was you know, like it just like I said, it was just random. Like I forget who's the name guy. The guy who made everything like gelatinous and stuff. I
Yeah, I don't
forget
remember
his
his
name
name, but he's
was.
cool.
Yeah, he either just got code by Lita. Literally just got the shit knocked out of him. And then uh Todoroki literally not no one hit him. He just a random piece of pipe just fell on the back
Oh
of his head. Which is
yeah,
really brutal, but like that's an actual like it
it
feels
feels realistic.
believable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, ooh, wrong place, wrong time.
exactly. Because like I feel like shit like that would more be like would be more likely to happen. That you getting taken out by like a piece of stray debris as opposed to like a hit from your opponent.
Definitely.
So I really really like that. Um, Also, I'm really interested in next week knowing who the fuck is that Nagatoro girl in the mask. That I literally did. I was like, that's just Nagatoro in a mask
It's
for me,
literally Nagatoro. She transferred anime. Oh my
basically.
god, can you imagine Nagatoro in My Hero Academia? Nagatoro and Toga in the same room.
Oh my god. Yeah, only one of them would come out alive.
hmm Actually,
Uh,
it's funny because Deku's voice actor is the senpai.
wow. That is actually funny. But yeah, good episode. My Hero Academia.
hmm
Let's move on to Zombieland Saga Revenge, episode 6.
Yes, the Yamada Te episode. Woo!
Oh god, this is so funny.
It was.
Like every episode of Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more impressive because they're using a character who does not talk, and it still
Yeah.
manages to be entertaining and funny.
Yes, because they're just like, we'll just let everyone else talk.
And they this was like the episode to bring back all the cast of characters from season 1. Like there were
I
so
didn't
many
recognize any of
cameos.
them. I did not recognize any of them at first. And I was like, oh, it's all of you guys.
I recognized what's her name, Maria, from season 1, but then everyone else and the chicken. But everyone else I had
Yes,
to go
of
back and
course,
watch.
yes. No, that's the only character I did recognize was the chicken. I said, oh shit, the chicken's back.
Of course, he'd be in the Yamada episode.
Yeah, and then they did a little dance thing. And once again, yo, the MAPPA gave them a huge budget increase because the way the dancing looks so good.
Much better. Yeah,
Why the
it
dancing
was so
look good?
They really, it was a smart way to show off. I feel like they were just flexing the animation budget because they were like, yeah, we'll just have a dance contest and flex the budget real quick.
Like I can see like they're like, instead of just being like CGI, they're like, okay, well they're just dancing. It's an idol performance, so let's just do whatever the fuck they do. I don't even know what, I can't even tell you what it is because I'm not like an animation expert, but it was just really really solid dancing animation.
Smooth, nice and
like
smooth.
And I'm not even talking about, I'm not even talking about the chicken was also good. Chicken and Tay dance battle was great, but I'm talking about even before that when like the two different dance groups were
that one dance group with like the
first
one, yeah.
That's when I saw them dance, I was just like, okay, I just like, let me get comfortable. I was like, uh-oh.
This episode had a lot of really cute random moments, like when Tay goes on when she first leaves the house to go shopping, and it's like Curry song just starts playing, like da 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 Curry.
I know this is very long. I'm just like, why? But also, I like this, but also why? At first, I thought that was just like, is that what she sounds like in her head?
Is it? It'd be cute if she did imagine. They should have. Right. I kind of wish they kind of did that. Like gave her an inner monologue now just for this.
Exactly,
episode.
That's what I thought it was, but I feel like it wasn't.
That would have been cute.
But I wanted it to be. Yeah. What else? Yeah. No, I was gonna say. Ugh. Why? I really don't like how when the chicken was dancing, he was doing like clear like a Michael Jackson thing. And
I think he did that last time too in the first season.
And you just, as he keeps like thrusting, you see the close up on its crotch. I'm just like, why? Why?
Are you intimidated, Drew?
Not the chicken crotch close up.
I liked how meta the some of the jokes were, like Tay having a huge fan base online of people, and it's kind of realistic because she has a kind of weird, huge fan base in real life of people who just like view her as the best character in the show.
Exactly. Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
And there was plot points in this episode, like I was speaking with Zuria on Discord, and he mentioned, he pointed out Tay's grave is like right next to Sakura's, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was just like, I mean, I didn't recognize it at the time, but I was like, those things are very familiar.
So his theory was maybe Kotaro resurrected Tay by mistake, like he dug up the wrong grave instead of Sakura.
Oh.
I don't know if how I'm leaning more towards like maybe she's not related, but like has some kind of relationship with Sakura's family or something. If their
Mm.
graves are so close to each other.
I mean, honestly, I just thought that he was like, I need a test dummy.
That too.
And then she unfortunately was the first one. And
The
he's like,
first one next to Sakura.
yep. And then he's like, I'm getting it right the next time.
Mm, maybe. Interesting theories.
Um, yeah, no, this is a really cute episode. I really liked it. But yeah, that is. Unless you have anything else to add,
Nope.
and that is it for Zombieland Saga Revenge. Let us move on to Nagatoro episode 6. Um,
This opened up in a very interesting way with the whole
yes,
RPG element.
yes, I actually like that a lot. Um, yeah, no, it was the whole RPG dream or the Isekai dream was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they definitely went zeroed in on like haha the virgin joke that because that's why you're a wizard. Um, and then Nagatoro joins him, and they had like the whole dragon fight. Then dragon ended up being a homegirl, like one of Nagatoro's friends, the one who calls him Paisan. I forget their names.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the other friend who just randomly popped from the egg and was just like, "Hi, I'm
Yoshi.
Yoshi," even though I'm a bunny girl popping from a dinosaur. I'm like, all right, cool.
She has a lot of mixed mixed marketing going on.
Mm-hmm. Homegirl has a lot. She does not know what or who she is, and I hope she finds her way soon. um, but yeah, TLDR. Towards the end, they're like, "Haha, we're all actually the demon lord." Yada yada yada.
Yeah, it was a nice little setup. I'm glad it like gave so much
Mm-hmm.
time. It shakes things up from them just being in the art room all the time and Nagatoro fucking
Absolutely.
around with him. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that.
Yep.
I love when she was
And
like poking him with her horn.
oh my god, yeah, that was great. That was actually really funny. But then, I guess in the spirit of changing locations to bully poor senpai, then they went to the beach.
Obligatory beach episode.
Mm-hmm. And I was telling everyone in our live watch, I was like, their bodies are drawn very distinctively from like other anime, like especially their like abdomen
Yeah,
area. It's like very it's very pronounced in a very specific.
it was
It's drawn
very
very specific way.
detailed. Like you,
Yeah,
everything from their neck down. Like once you saw like their breast and their stomach and their like thighs and torso, it's just like, oh yeah, this is extremely detailed and looks like it came straight out of the H manga.
it really did. But I wasn't mad at
Mm-mm.
it. It was like
It works in
it's
this
just
case.
attention. Yeah, just attention to detail. It's just drawn differently. It's cool.
They all had nice swimsuits too. I liked that they were all teasing Senpai about it. Nagatoro's was great, like her tan lines.
Yeah, I knew you. I knew you were gonna say something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the sunscreen foot rubbing
Oh,
was
that was just a
great.
straight up hentai scene. There was just like,
That
yeah,
really
let's just do
was.
hentai real quick.
And then when he was done, he literally looked like he was covered in semen. I was like, ugh, this all felt so nasty.
I do like every time Nagatoro is so territorial with her abuse.
Yep.
When their friend came up and she's like pulls her hand, I was like, what do you want? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she was like, oh, it seems like it's fun. She's like, I'm not having fun.
It was a fun episode. It was just a cutesy. It was a good change of pace because we got two locations that were completely new with the fantasy world and the beach episode half, and then the ending was also a pixel art like 16-bit rendition of the ending, which was really nice.
Yep, it was. No, yeah, all around, it was just very,
Hmm.
very nice, very solid episode. Um, yeah, very cute. it's like I don't really have much to say about it because they didn't really like. It's still this is the same shit, just a different location.
They didn't really make
Minus
any progress in the relationship, basically.
yeah, minus the isekai thing. The
Mm-hmm.
isekai thing was fantasy, but yeah, it's basically the same shit, different locations, which I'm still fine with because they still find a way to keep it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I guess by changing the location, so is the changing the location is what makes it fresh for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, cool. Oh, also, damn, that was so rude when he was calling. Then he said they made fun of him calling him
Oh,
a
sea
lonely
louse.
sea louse.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was brutal.
You know what? I've come to accept that he just likes it
No, he
because he just
definitely
sits there
does.
and takes it. So
Oh, absolutely. But damn, fuck,
I'd be pissed, but
it just makes it still makes you a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. that's a wee bit. Cause I'm just like, damn.
Would I be pissed? I don't know. I probably wouldn't be pissed.
The bitch, I'd start swinging. All right. Next is Isekai Maou Omega, episode 6. So a demon lord forces start to attack. I forget what the name of this demon is. And
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, it does. Spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, and Bannis, she struggles a little bit. But TLDR, Diablo comes and saves the day. Yeah, it's basically it's very much like we must defend. It's like we're just fighting the demon lord's forces, and look at our new gear and what we can do now.
I think it was pretty good for that. What it was,
Yeah.
I forget how surprisingly violent this show is. Like, holy shit, it got really dark and violent.
How so?
When Diablo was killing the first of all, it was just bloody in general, but when Diablo was killing the harem, he like froze the girl and like blew her up, and then like literally burned the mermaid to death. And then what did he do with the other girl? I forgot. He like slit her throat or something. It was pretty dark. Considering that this is an ecchi anime, I'm just saying it's pretty fucking violent.
I feel like nah. See, I think Gear is sensitive because they're like, whoa, they killed a waifu.
No, all right, go find another ecchi anime that's on this level of violence. Usually they kind of
it's called Isekai Maou.
Yeah, yeah. I said another one.
No, is that Isekai Maou? That's a I don't know, Queensblade.
Queensblade is not that violent. Queensblade is more just like I ripped off your clothes. My sword only cuts through fabric.
Oh well, shit. I guess I can't name them. I don't. I don't know.
As a purveyor of ecchi anime.
No. High School DxD.
High School DxD isn't that bloody. It's just actiony.
Like you say it's bloody, but then you just
like no one in High School DxD dies horrific. There's no one in High School DxD who's gonna get frozen and like blown up or like incinerated.
You said bloody, and 2 of those deaths were not bloody.
They were graphic. They were like very graphic. Yeah.
It was like
you see them incinerate to death.
That was literally
you see her burn to death.
That was literally Yu-Gi-Oh! Ice Stone Blue Eyes White Dragon, and he
no, it was
White Lightning,
it
and
was,
they get obliterated.
Diablo like, shooting fire, and you see her burning,
and then she's like, ah, and then she just turns.
Okay, I'll remind. Okay.
Like it literally was like Exodia,
next time we see
obliterate.
When,
like that's
when we watch Attack on Titan and somebody gets like blown up or some shit, I'm like, oh yeah, it was just like Yu-Gi-Oh when they fucking summoned.
I'm just saying there's a difference between like what I saw in Isekai Maou and like literal me watching anime where people are literally getting burned to death.
Yeah, those anime are more like actiony, violent anime. This is just a ecchi action.
You're right, and they treat it like ecchi anime, and she's just like, fire, poof, and then she just. It was not graphic. There's nothing graphic about it.
For an ecchi anime,
there's nothing graphic about it. You're just mad that
pretty good.
You're just
first
mad
off,
that waifu's dead.
People were like getting cut in half in the first part of this episode. All right, you just don't want to give the anime credit for being pretty violent compared to other ecchi. Or even regular action anime, like Danmachi isn't this violent.
Do you really want to? Do you really want to go there?
I just
feel
want
like
to trigger you. I want to see if I can get you to escalate from Danmachi up. Like,
it's
because I want you to
Danmachi,
concede it's more violent than Danmachi, and then we could work our way up to other anime.
Danmachi doesn't do a lot of things, so the fact that it also doesn't do violence well is not surprising. Like that's like a moot point. It's like, wow, this anime that doesn't really do good fighting half the time and doesn't do the great. Well, no,
Let's put it this way: I would say the violence in this episode was on par with what I see from Kumiko, which is saying something considering how violent, which we'll get to in a minute, how violent Kumiko is.
Kumiko, yeah, that is pretty violent. But I don't know. I guess there's a little. I'll give you the men getting slaughtered in the first part. I won't give you the waifus because they just one got shattered to ice. One, like I said, grade B incineration animation. Like if I saw the bitch's face melting or being burned and like before she turns into dust, maybe I'll give it to you. But if you just see her silhouette being and then she poops, I don't care.
I want to look up these while I keep talking, these death scenes.
Oh my god. I'm not even looking at it. I know what I saw.
But other than that, it was just a typical episode. I did like that Diablo got to show off and flex his power.
Mm-hmm.
Like I predicted, what's her name was actually a good girl or a good character or a good person.
Yeah, Venice.
It looks like Horn and Rose are gonna be part of the regular squad now, which is cool.
Yup, basically.
Oh, and Rem didn't get captured and she got a chance to fight.
Exactly, she fought. Yeah, she's like, I have a new ring now, so my summons are strong. I'm like, good for you, Rem. Look at you doing something.
I'm skipping through this episode real quick to see if I can find the murder scenes.
I know you are, and I'm just like, the way I'm rolling my eyes because it's not even important. That's the gag.
It's important to me. How did the first girl die? I
forgot. If it's important to you, go for it.
Well, I like that his trigger for killing the harem was just that they were part of the harem for the other guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Yes, he was so mad. Even though he doesn't realize that he's also has a harem, which
which I was like, dude, you have
the irony. The irony is great.
Okay, he literally blew a hole through the first girl's stomach with rocks. Freezes the second girl and shatters her.
Yeah.
And then the mermaid, he just burns the mermaid to death and incinerates her.
Yeah, exactly. You see that Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass animation.
No. It's dark, though. It's pretty dark.
Yes, you did. I know you're not saying anything. Exactly my point.
Nah. I feel like you don't have any sympathy for a cute girl, so when you see them get violently killed, you're like, oh, whatever.
That is not it at all.
I'm gonna hold you to this in what's the next anime we watch for cute girls? Higurashi.
Hello, I was so hello. Do you not remember me being so sad over Ren getting pushed out a fucking window?
That's not that violent.
That's actual violence.
That's not worse than would you rather get pushed out a window or burned to death?
I mean, in terms of this fiction of violence, that's pretty fucking violent.
No, not more violent than being burned to death or getting like shattered into pieces. I will say, they do like this little cartoony like effect at the end of their death where they just like evaporate.
Yes, it feels very good. That's why I'm like, it's very cartoonish. That was not the case. That was not the case in fucking Fruits Baskets. Homegirl just pushed her out the window, like. And you just see her just crumple on the floor. Hello? There's nothing cute or fantasy Yu-Gi-Oh! About it. Especially given the circumstances.
I don't know. I still think it was pretty violent for an ecchi show. Just saying.
Alright, well, you can have that.
Maybe because it's the realistic violence in Fruits Basket, so it's like, it triggers you more because it's like, oh, this is kind of realistic, whereas this is not realistic, but so it's more graphic to me. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing, there's nothing graphic about it. Like I said, there's no melting flesh. The ice shattering is like a cop out, like
Listen,
death.
would you want to get frozen and like if Sub Zero from Mortal Kombat came up to you and froze you and then like broke you into pieces, you'd be cool with that. You'd be like, ah, it's better than falling out a window.
The reason why your whole analogy is moot is because at the end of the day, I don't want to die in any way. So that doesn't mean anything to me.
Rin didn't
Thank you
even
very
die.
much.
She was fine.
She didn't die. She was fine. Thank God. But like, also don't
All
want to get
that
pushed out a window.
she had a fate worse than death. She got a haircut.
After being thrown in
as far
prison.
as I'm concerned, she died after that. She fell out the window.
Wow, and people are going to be wondering, am I the one who's drinking? Am I the only one who's? Am I just the only one who's drinking? Yikes. But yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel like I just didn't give a shit.
Fair enough.
I just didn't give a shit. Like it just felt very for kids for me, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm just saying know that it's okay to show women getting decapitated.
It's not a bad thing. It's just like it's not like, oh my god, there's not blood and guts squirting everywhere, except for like the first part when, like I said, the men were like getting kind of killed a lot. Like I would say when like Thanos got wounded and homegirl was just like shred and just shred into her side. Like that was, I think for me that was like the moment where I was just like, oh shit, this shit's getting real.
Fair enough. They gave the women special treatment, I guess. They didn't want to show the bodies on the floor like they do the corpses.
Yeah, because they had no problem slaughtering the men, but the women, yeah, it could have been worse. Maybe it should have been worse. I don't know.
Well, maybe in the remake.
Not in the remake. All right, let us move on to Sentouin Hakenshimasu, episode 7.
This is my other episode of the week.
Oh yeah, I saw that coming.
This felt the most Konosuba-ish of all the episodes so far.
Yeah, absolutely. For starters, they actually reference Konosuba.
That's how I knew we were in for an episode. They were like, "Oh yes, this new volume of what they call it, Konosaba or something."
Or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that was really funny. And then he just like flashes his boss. I forget what her name is.
Is it Astaroth? I think it's Astaroth. I'll remember because there's a character in Soul Calibur has the same name.
Yeah, I also remember Astaroth.
It's not as cute. I will say, I think I found out the reason why I like this episode's comedy more than the other episodes. And it's because, and why I think Konosuba is better as like a comedy than this author's other series. It's because the characters feel more independent and fleshed out in this episode. Like all the other episodes, it felt like everything revolved around Six, and all the comedy revolved around Agent Six and how the characters interact with Agent Six. Whereas in this episode, there was some of that, but most of the comedy was just like the characters doing their own stupid thing and just being themselves, like Grimm and Alice getting into it and being stubborn with each other. New character Tiger Man just showing up.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger,
being
AKA,
badass,
AKA Oni.
Yeah, my spirit animal showing up.
Yeah,
cool.
Literally.
Even Snow didn't do that much with Agent Six. She was just kind of there, and she like killed the lobster dude. That was
my god, that's so funny. He was like, "Oh wow, I think we actually die," and they eat him in front of Six.
Yeah, this was like the episode I made Six feel the most like Kazuma, and it made the rest of the characters feel like independent characters that can shine on their own.
Absolutely.
Which is good. More Tiger Man, please. More Tiger Man. And more Alice.
Yes. No, it was really great. I specifically, I like the Tiger Man. I don't know where the fuck he came from.
I think they just skip some stuff in the manga, and they were like, "Whatever, put the tiger."
Yeah, just put him in there. I'm like, I'm okay with it.
I'm
Just
fine
like,
with it.
just want to make sure. I'm just make sure that like we can we just all admit that he literally just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. This is kind of the times where I'm glad I didn't read the manga, because I'm sure if I did read the manga, I would be like, "Oh no, they skipped the chapter where he introduces himself and blah blah." I'm glad. Ignorance is bliss.
Yep.
I can just enjoy this sudden
Absolutely.
appearance now.
So I like that. Definitely summoning the spirit at the end, and Alice just bullying that poor devil.
Clean the toilets.
that was fantastic.
Yeah, Alice is so badass. I love Alice.
Yeah, Alice is amazing. She's just she's so great.
The episode went by so fast too. It just felt like it was flying by.
It did. But
I continue to really like the stingers at the end, where they just like do the episode preview, but they also like add jokes in, like with Astaroth forgetting to turn off her video camera.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was cute. I like that. Oh, it's a good show. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. Hopefully, they keep this like slice of life style going.
Absolutely. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing them, I feel like they're gonna go back to plot eventually.
Probably, but I hope they don't.
Yeah, right. All right, and for our last anime of the podcast, Kumo desu ka? Nani ka? Episode 18.
There was a lot going on in this episode. I gotta pull up my notes for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, so it starts off with Kumiko surviving the DL attack.
Mm-hmm.
By DL, I mean Demon Lord attack. And then they kind of do like this not weird, like this background story, like Shoko kind of gives a little bit background.
I like that we got her perspective on the whole incident.
Mm-hmm. And this episode I liked. I almost made this my episode of the week.
Yeah, this was close for me.
I almost made this my episode of the week only because it's like this is such a good job of like really just putting in the structure of like the religions and like the factions that war with each other. But they did it in a way that wasn't like super boring as shit.
Exactly. They did this was the anti-index episode because they managed to dump a whole lot of information and introduce all these different factions, but do it in a way that didn't feel like an info dump and didn't make it feel boring.
Yes.
And overly complicated.
Like if anything, it made me more like wanting to know. Now that this has been established, what's gonna happen next?
And they like linked a lot of stuff together. Like now we know that the elves were behind the assassination attempts on Sophia, so that explains why in the future she has a thing against the elves and why she killed what's his name at the end of the episode a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago. So
was that the same dude that he?
Yeah.
Was that the same dude?
The elf with the blonde hair, right?
Yeah.
Potamus or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Potamus. Yeah, him. Yeah, she kills him. So now we know why, because she has this whole bad history with elves.
Yep. And then we see like the whole struggle between Dustin, Ariel, and Potamus. Also, then we have this. It's like this interesting part where we start questioning, something which they touched on very, very little. But now we have to start wondering, well, who else is here as a reincarnation? Because all three of them are aware of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are aware of it.
But we don't know who the reincarnation. They could all just be NPCs who know it, or some of them could be reincarnations.
Yeah, they could be reincarnations themselves from like other instances.
Exactly.
So that'd be interesting.
Which would make sense why they're all in like positions of power. And then I love how the it's so interesting, and that's how I think Do you know? Remember Dustin? He's the one who's the power of the Word of God Church.
Yeah.
I think he might be actual reincarnate because he went out of his way to say, "Oh, excuse me, it has to be this way, even though we all worship the same God." Which I
Mm,
think he's aware of Administrator D's existence,
possibly. Yeah.
which means he definitely could. Because like they call her the goddess, and they're like, the word of God. Same woman who's like, you leveled up. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting how they interpret how like normal people interpret that as a
Yeah.
divine because it's a voice in your head that's not your own. So it's like to us who played games and RPGs, that seems like such a stupid concept.
Yeah, I like
People
Shoko touches on that too. She's like, "What the fuck are these idiots doing? Just worshiping the level up voice."
exactly, but they don't know that because they don't know
Mm,
video games like that. So the concept would first of all that concept would even be so hard to explain. Like, hey, the concept that belongs in the video game exists in you in
mm-hmm.
this world. Like, exactly how crazy would you sound?
Yeah, it's not something you can explain to the regular population of
Yeah,
people.
exactly. So that's just so fascinating how something so that seems so similar or it's not similar. It seems so small.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, has like it like turns into like this whole big thing to the point where it becomes like a whole religion.
Yeah,
Um, Although I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little lost as to why there's like a whole religion dedicated to giving up skills
that's such a
to the
dumb
goddess.
religion. Oh, they must all suck and be scrubs
Wait,
because they have
I
no
kind of
skills.
I forgot the cons. I don't know the
they
concept of
they
that.
think that because you apparently you have the ability to delete skills, so they
Mm-hmm.
think by deleting skills they're like I guess offering up their skill points to the goddess.
Okay,
So it's like yes, we'll show our love by obtaining and
giving our
deleting our skills.
skills.
And then
Okay,
I'm thinking like,
cool.
oh, so they all just suck. Why would you care what they think? Like you could probably one shot all of them. They have no skills.
That is true.
So
Um,
I don't care about those guys. But I did like that another thing this episode did a good job of is one showing how OP Kumiko is, because holy shit, she was just sniping people, literally like
mhm.
maniacally from like miles away.
Mm. I wouldn't say it's like super graphic because like there's no blood or anything. They were just dropping dead.
Yeah, there wasn't blood or anything, but I'm just saying she's just super OP now. She just
Yeah,
fucking
I mean,
um
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it does a good job of like contrasting how OP she is compared to like the labyrinth. Like all these people are so weak compared to her, yet she's nothing
Yeah,
compared to the demon lord and the
yeah.
like. It's a good power scale system that they have.
It is. And it's really cool that in the midst of all this shit connecting, you know, finally she's being connected to all of it. Like they
Mm.
all have her eyes on her. Everyone has
Yeah,
their eyes on
demon lord's gonna be
Kumiko.
super pissed when she shows up. Like,
Oh
you got
my
all
god.
these followers. People
Yeah.
think that you're the reincarnated version of the goddess or something.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. That's why it's like, yes, I'm loving this episode because it's like I can see it's like it's setting up the pieces, but it's doing so in a very fun way, very
Uh,
entertaining way.
I also like how Kumiko is very morally ambiguous without intending to be, because it's like she really does feel like this is just a video game and she just does shit like it was a video game. Like when she was killing those
Yeah.
people who were just praying or whatever, and she's like, yeah, genocide, woo,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
high score.
She was like, oh, these people were praying. Oh, well, let's kill them.
Yeah, and then like 2 seconds later, somebody's like, some mother with her son is like, please cure my son, and he's like, oh, okay, sure, must be a quest or something.
Also, I'm like, you can cure cancer in that game. Hello.
Yeah, she's she just has the power to cure cancer.
Where you just cast Kiraga and that's it.
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy. Just she knows the
No,
strongest
oh,
cure
it's
magic.
cancer. It's cancer. It's sad. So and Suna, excuse
Yeah,
me,
and
Suna.
Suna. All your status ailments have been healed.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, and
That's
it's funny because they all don't understand her actions. They're just like, well, she's killing a bunch of people randomly, but also she's like healing everybody. So
exactly. No one knows what she wants because she can't speak to people, which is so interesting. I'm like, I'm surprised she doesn't. I'm pretty sure Edmund D is probably doing that on purpose, like not giving her a skill that allows her to talk to
To talk to
people.
everyone. I hope like a translator shows up or something. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely more interesting that she can't
Mm-hmm.
communicate as well. That just, you know, it
Adds
leaves
a whole element of a mystery to it
exactly. Well, mystery
for
for
everyone else.
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, it's such a good anime.
It is. I did not expect this show to be this good. Like, holy
Yeah,
crap.
me neither. It's really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, only 6 episodes left.
I think the next episode's name was
Wait,
like
five?
Class Reunion or something.
19,
So I'm really looking forward to it.
5 episodes. I lied.
So close to the end. Hopefully, we get a second season. I think it's doing good enough that it and it has enough source material that it could get a second season.
Okay. So we're done with the reviews, and now we're going to the filler arc. This isn't so much as like a properly like organized discussion we're gonna be having, as it's gonna be more like a rant. I feel like most of the I feel like half the time that's what I'm doing anyways. So this is a tweet that I saw from Manpig from like last week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, excuse me, from 2 weeks ago. Extreme S Manpig. He follows us. On Twitter, and he says the following: I have such feeling with I have such yep, I am drunk. Wow. I have I have such conflicting feeling with Madoka Magica TBH. On one hand, the show is what helped edgy ass teenage manpig finally get the push he needed to get into magical girls, and it was one of my first anime to get me hooked on the medium, so I'll always love it for that. But on the other, I really dislike how much of a pedestal people put it on, specifically those who watch two magical girl shows and say it's a revolutionary masterpiece, quote unquote, unlike the rest. It's like Ava with Mecha. It didn't do much new. It didn't do much new. It just took existing tropes and put new twists. Madoka is a fantastic show. I will always recommend it to new and old fans alike. But please, for the love of God, do not become a Madoka only purist. There's so many magical girl shows with their own merits, dark, happy, fun, or serious. Try them out too. So I feel like I mentioned this either on the podcast or on a Saturday stream where we're just talking shit. And that, and it's going back to a point where I always say, while Madoka, I would say, is probably like that magical girl anime of like the last decade. As Manpig said, it didn't do anything super crazy or new. It just was more graphic.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, so I'm conflicted on that too because I kind of feel that way with Demon Slayer. Like I just think it's a really good show, but everyone treats it like it's like, oh, this is redefining shonen in animation. I'm like, nah, it's just a really good shonen that has really good animation.
Yeah,
like it's really good, but it's not
just really
it's
really
not
good.
revolutionary, you know.
Yeah,
So I kind of see where he's coming from with that. What I
exactly.
will say is that it did what Sword Art Online did for Magical Girls. Like I don't think Sword Art Online was revolutionary, but it like basically popularized isekai. Like it made isekai like the thing that's going to be the trend for the next 20 years. I feel like Madoka did the same with Magical Girls because there weren't all that many Magical Girls, or at least there weren't as many. And then Madoka happened, and now like there's a Magical Girl show like every season almost, and there's a lot more Magical Girl fans because of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it literally only because it was just more graphic. Like I would say this is and I had to sit with it for a while and be like, what separates this from the other magical girl animes that I've seen? That it's like they were like, "Oh my god!" And probably the answer is episode 3.
Yeah, it is
The
one
answer
of
is
like I will
episode
say that's one
3.
of the best like turn on head moments in anime. Like
Yes,
now it's been spoiled so much that no one's gonna get caught by surprise by it unless they don't know anything about anime. But still,
exactly. So yeah, they just have girls being murdered on screen. But I will say, it's not like there's plenty of shows where they do kill magical girls before this,
mm-hmm.
before Madoka, kill or violence,
There were edgy
those,
magical girl
those
shows before this. Yeah,
I mean, I can't name too many because I'm not a magical girl like expert myself. I just watched like a few, but like the few that I've watched are like the big ones.
mm.
Um, the first one that comes to mind, of course, is the one that Oni of all people showed me. Is of course Magical Girl Lyrical Nanaha,
Yep.
where it's like we have a 9-year-old getting tortured by her mother. A scene where I think it cut to where Nanaha literally gets impaled
Mm-hmm.
by something.
That was also one of those anime that had to turn like halfway through the season and just became like,
Exactly.
oh yeah,
Exactly, but the thing is, most people don't know Nanaha.
yeah. Nana's not as popular.
That's
as it used
why
to be.
that's the gag. It's like they like Nana. It almost feels like Nanaha walked so Monica can like fly.
Yeah.
Because it's like that anime in itself was just so, there wasn't as much blood and bleeding and everything, but like those girls got fucked up.
Nana needs to. I love Nana so much. They really need
Mm-hmm.
to remake it. They are through the movies, but I don't
Oh
know.
god, I would watch it 100% if they did that. Um, and then like we can take it one step further and do another anime that people, I feel like it would be a surprise that I bring up, which is Sailor Moon. I had to remind everyone, by the end of the first season, everyone dies. Like, I'm still traumatized by Sailor Mars's death to this day.
Wait, they all die?
They all die at the end of season 1.
But don't they come back or something?
They do come back.
Hmm.
And then season 2, the start of season 2 is literally Sailor Moon being like traumatized and feeling literally and being literally fucked up because she's like, fuck, now I have to be Sailor Moon again and risk my friends dying all over again. And it fucks with her. Like, that's an actual plot point in the second season, which is awesome. Because it's like, like, Sailor Mars's death, like that one just got me so, because she's obviously my favorite Sailor Scout. For those of you who don't know, Sailor Mars is my favorite, and it's just like all you hear is like she says her attack, and you hear explosion, and then all you hear is this blood curdling scream, and then silence, and just silence. It's like you didn't see the death, but that bitch is gone. She is dead, and I don't know. That is like that fucked me up. It's like you didn't have to see her get blown to bits to know that she's gone.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm just like it's like I understand kind of like the whole like episode 3 Lamb the mommy, but this isn't the first. You're not like Monica's definitely not original to do this within the Magical Girl anime. Do you know any other anime that's like had like a darker twist?
I never saw all of it, but Princess Tutu is a really old show that has like a really dark magical girl theme. It's more like a psychological horror. I don't know if people actually die, but it's like it deals with like depression and magical girls who are just like really, really dark themes. I do think somebody dies actually, but that's a good example of one. I'm trying to think of other older shows. I know that there was some really darker anime in the 90s, like magical girl shows, because the 90s is always, if you look hard enough in the 90s and 80s, there's a lot of really fucked up.
I don't want to say it. Revolutionary Girl,
yeah, that's one.
I'm not sure if that would be constituted as like a magical girl show.
I think so. It has magical elements in it.
It does, but I know that show had some shit to it. I don't remember it because I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's really into it.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
definitely on the
few of
list
them.
of
So yeah,
animes to
Madoka's not
watch.
like by any means the first show, the magical girl show to be like
Yeah.
violent.
It's
I
just
wouldn't even say it's the most violent magical girl show.
um oh definitely not. I mean, I don't
Oh.
know. Like I said, I don't have a vast amount, but I could definitely say it's Raising Girl
Yeah,
Project.
Magical Girl Raising
That's a,
Project.
that beats
If you got
Madoka by oh my god,
season
it's
2
not even
when,
close.
please.
Please, oh my god, yo, like actually, can we?
Please, if you guys haven't like read, first off, watch the first season of Magical Girl Raising Project, and then read the light novels. It's so fucking good. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
so I think that's like our first podcast we talked about
Yeah,
it.
it literally was. It's so underrated.
Oh my god, it's
Such a
amazing.
worth a read, and I think it's being translated into English by like Seven Seas or some company.
I
So,
hope so. Yes, please. Just I can't.
mm-hmm.
So yeah. Um yeah, so that was basically my little rant. It's just like y'all, you guys are just people who were just like, "Oh my god, da, 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 da." Like, girl, there's some other anime you can watch if you want that same stuff. There's other anime that's been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Sailor Moon probably a little more on the lighter side, so you probably won't find that. Um, but yeah, I would say Nanoha is a great place to start. Looking for more stuff like that. Um, oh, I can't think of any. Oh yeah, like when you said Princess Tutu. So yeah, there's other anime that came before this that have done this, and I just wanted to like give them their flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yes, thank you, other anime that had really dark themes. Uh, I really tempted to. I was tempted to say Cardcaptor Sakura, but like Cardcaptor Sakura wasn't dark. It just has the themes are more mature than you would
Yeah.
think. That's all. But it's not really dark.
Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like Magical Girl shows have always been about introducing very mature topics to a younger audience.
As 100%.
Yeah, that's kind of like their whole
Hello.
purpose. It's
Hello.
rare you find Magical. Well, maybe not rare, but
Uranus and Neptune.
mm-hmm. I feel like that's definitely
you
the
are my
case.
very good friend. Mm-hmm.
Unless you're like out there looking for some very specific like kid shows, like the original Precure was not very. It was more middle of the road. But like nowadays, modern Precure or something, you would have to go really like looking for a kid friendly Magical Girl anime. They're
Hmm.
usually more intended for like younger, like preteens and teens.
Exactly. And that's the gag. It's not as it's pretty, but it's not the story's not as cute
Imagine
half the
being a
time.
parent and you're like, "Oh, this show looks great. This Cardcaptor Sakura, very cute costume.
Wait,
Let me
wait,
show my daughter this show."
wait.
my
Why
my
why are they
5 year
both
old.
lusting after this teenage boy? Why are they both? Why are they? Why is this eight? Why are these 9-year-olds fighting over this boy who's gay for one of their brothers? Wait.
Oh, I miss those days because a lot of my interest in anime have come from like or just games in anime have come from my parents not knowing anything about anime or games and just like introducing me to random stuff and being like clearly not knowing that this was intended for adults.
Not your parents unintentionally leading you down the path to
Like, I
darkness.
remember they got me the anime on demand and I could just like order any anime. I was like, oh, Elfin Lead. 12-year-old me.
Bueno. That's a magical girl, man.
Does
That's
that
magic,
does
right?
qualify? Yeah.
Vectors are magic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, like I said, I just wanted to give them their flowers because we I feel like we need to keep this. We need to remind people of certain anime that came before Madoka.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just for the sake of keeping history alive.
Exactly. And if you
Because
enjoyed
because
Monica, go check those
it's
out.
because I feel like someone could be like, oh, you're being over dramatic. It's da 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 da. But I'm like, girl, Nanoha came out like 15 years ago.
More than that.
I thought it was 2006.
Nanoha season 1. Was it 2006?
I played
2004.
2004. Oh
Yeah.
my god! So 18 years ago.
We are old.
18 years ago. 17 years ago. I was like 18 years ago. 17 years ago. It came out. So yeah. Like that's like it's already history, and I think we need to do justice. So, you know, because I can imagine, we already have, our audience, our viewers. They're very young enough to not even know what the fuck Nanaha is.
Yeah. Go watch Nanoha. It's a really good show. You
It,
don't even have to watch the original 2004 version. You can watch the movies. They're like remakes of the anime.
I mean, if it has better animation, sure.
It does.
Oh, they still have the Bayangs.
Yes.
Oh my god, there's one thing that dude will never let go. They all have that same fucking bang.
They have the trademark bangs.
They have the same fucking bang, and I'm at first it made me so mad, but now I'm just like, you know what, go off.
That's his trademark.
Yes, they all have to say have the same fucking bang. Everybody, literally everyone. I think there's maybe like one or two that do not.
Mm-hmm.
And I at this point I have to respect the dedication to just giving everyone the same fucking bang.
Man, I might rewatch it. I'm remembering it all and everything now. I'm like, shit, this is such a good show. I'm remembering all the characters.
Yeah, I would be, but I'm too busy watching Psyche K, which I'm kind of obsessed with. It's a good anime. But yeah, I think that is a great place to end it. Let me know, guys, if you're listening and you got this far. Let me know if you've been watching. Have you watched any of the Magical Girl anime that we've been speaking of? If you have a favorite one, which one is it? Let us know in the description in the comments below. But with that being said, that is going to be the end of our filler arc, and it's also going to be the end of our podcast. As I take the last sip of my alcohol, Oni, you'd be so kind.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the GNA podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can get all the episodes as they go up every week. If you haven't already, do join the party on our Discord, follow us on Twitch, and follow us on Twitter, all linked in the description down below. We also do live watches with our patrons and channel members over on our Discord. So if you want to be part of the live watches and get a bunch of awesome perks, you can become a patron or a channel member like all these lovely people on screen right now. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Next week will mark the 2 weeks after my second shot, which means I'll be ready to go. And we're gonna go get Amu rice, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fabulous, and I cannot wait. Try not to order the ramen again, Oni.
I will not order that. Until next time, this has been Soberoni and
Juvidu.
I'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.